President Trump just speaking to reporters before taking off for Montana, saying it certainly looks like Jamal Khashoggi is dead. That was his quote. And that the consequences will have to be very severe. Here now to react is Zudhi Jasser, American Islamic Forum for Democracy President. What do you think is the right response from the U.S. right now, Zudhi?
Well, the relationship cannot be normal, Melissa. I mean, we need to have a reaction. The world is looking at what America does when basically our closest ally in the Middle East, other than Israel, when it comes to the Arab tyrannies, if you will, what are we going to do? When I was on the U.S. Commission, we called for sanctions against them because of religious freedom issues domestically year after year, and the White House always gave, regardless if it was Obama or Bush, a waiver, national security waiver, and I think now it has gone beyond that. And I think ultimately we don't throw out everything. We can't destroy a diplomatic relationship. If we do, the Turks are going to benefit, the Qataris, the Iranians are going to benefit. So there is a strategic balance that President Trump's administration has been waging to rebuild in the Middle East that the Obama administration abandoned. And I think it is very appropriate for Secretary Mnuchin and others to say, hold on a second, we're not going to participate in this investment summit. We're not going to continue to have this be a one-sided relationship. There needs to be transparency in the way you deal with your enemies, your antagonists. And yes, there might be a global war against the Brotherhood that the Saudi Arabian's government is waging right now, but to kill dissidents in foreign countries is not part of that.
So let me break down a little bit of what you're saying, because there are some that say that's conspiracy theory to say that he was killed because of his affiliation with Muslim Brotherhood. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think if you look at his writings and his ideology, he might be now being lionized and glorified in his posthumous review. And yes, he talked about democracy, but so did the Brotherhood in Egypt and others. And his positions on Israel, his positions on the West. He came out of, he was al-Qaeda in the 80s and then moderated into the 21st century. But to say that he's a secular liberal is just not true.
Okay. So what is the right response from the U.S.? Because you talk about threading the needle, like we have to stand up and say something. You can't do that to your enemies no matter who they are. But at the same time, you talk about the fact that this is our best ally in a bad neighborhood. So what is the response? Is it not killing the arms deal? What is it?
Well, the question is, what are the tools on the table? The arms deal might be part of it that should not be on the table because it is part of the balancing of what the Iranian threat is, the Qataris are doing, and others in the region that we can't remove simply because the Saudis are our friend. Now, what should be on the table? I think transparency. I think the counterterrorism center that we were establishing and how they approach it, what reforms really are. I mean, MBS is being pushed forth, the Crown Prince, as a reformer. He's not a reformer. He's simply modernizing his country in a tyrannical, dictatorial way, but we need to be careful and hold them more accountable to universal human rights, not just abroad, but at home. We can't have double standards where we say, well, because this was a green card resident.
But what does that mean? I mean, we do not participate in the counterterrorism center that's there? I mean, that was one of the missions, as I understand it, that they were going on while they were there. Even though they canceled the financial summit, there's still the other piece.
Well, and at the time, what I said at the time when that counterterrorism center was being opened is here's a country that's the seat of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. That includes Turkey. That includes Iran. If they're really going to have a counterterrorism summit, it's not just about the symptoms, which is ISIS and others, but it's about the ideology. And to this day, we have not held them accountable for lifting up reform-minded judges and clerics in their own country. In fact, they're still beheading clerics. They're still beheading reformers. So these are the things that we need to start being much more transparent about and ask them, you know what, why don't you release Raif Badawi, who's been tortured and whipped as somebody who talked about democracy within their country. So there are some deliverables we can ask for domestic dissidents that they could do at this point.